Hi, my name's Craig, and I thought I'd discuss. I just finished watching the final episode of season 2 of the Legend of Korra series, and thought I'd share my thoughts. Overall, I found the season pretty good. I thought it started off pretty slow, and you weren't exactly sure where it was going. But I think especially after the Wan episode, which is the story of the first Airbender, or no, excuse me, the first Avatar, and how he came to be, which still feel was probably the best episode of Korra altogether so far. And I feel after that episode, it really went up to from there. I feel the character of Korra, I feel really grew this season. I think that she tends to get a bad rap. I find in most of the blogs and places I go to talk about her, and this was one of my problems with the first season as well, excuse me, is that Korra gets judged unfairly quite a bit. Do I think she comes off as stubborn and rash, and sometimes that comes off as a little annoying? Yeah, I do. But at the same time, I found that Aang in the original series could come off at that time too, and that people tend to forget these are young people who are thrust into this whole thing, and they have a hard time adjusting to it. But I also tend to also run into that when it happens to Aang, people just kind of push it under the rug, but they just kind of won't leave Korra alone about it, which is kind of, to me, just, goes to, oh, well, Korra, Aang, oh, a man, he's rash, but that just means he has something wrong with him. But if a girl's rash and stubborn, oh, she's just a, stuck up, bitch. But, but that's society, and I just think she's judged unfairly. I think she grew quite a bit this season from that character to, in the end, finally connecting with her spirit self and using everything that Tenzin and Iroh taught her to become a much better and more straight person, and also, with the spoiler with the end of, her relationship with Mako, I think also showed a maturity to her as well. Um, Overall, I think the best two characters of the season were definitely, besides Wan in the two-part Avatar episode, were Tenzin and Korra, because we got to see the characters grow quite a bit through the season, and kind of the rest of the characters, I kind of feel like everything Republic City was just kind of busy work, like let's keep Team Avatar busy while Korra is connecting with Rava and exploring the spirit part of her personality. So that I did find the Republic City stuff pretty boring and felt sorry for the characters who were taught it, kind of caught in that storyline that kind of went nowhere basically. I did like I said, I liked Tenzin's storyline. I liked him exploring Aang's kids. Basically, I liked exploring how Tenzin felt he was the one who needed to keep Aang's legacy going, and that, the other kids kind of pointed out that, Aang wasn't perfect, and, that Tenzin kind of needed to stop emulating his father and kind of be himself, which was beautifully done in the end when, whether it was Aang or just a vision of what Tenzin remembered of Aang telling him that, no, he wasn't Aang, but that's okay, that Tenzin does need to learn to be himself, and then watching Tenzin transfer that to Korra, who everyone puts the pressure of being the Avatar on, and all these great Avatars before her to do, and just to, telling her she needs to discover herself and her inner strength. So overall, I thought it was a pretty good season. Um, the good being, like I said, the character development, learning some of the past Avatar story. The villain was 50-50. I mean, with villains like this, it's hard to really, explain, because, when it's Batu, he's pure evil. I mean, he's pure evil. It's not like you could really design motives for him. His motive is to be evil. But overall, I thought it was a great show. The highlights to me were once again the episode with Wan and the first Avatar, which I think are some of the best episodes of either series, this or Last Airbender. The uncle showing up, Iroh, her running into Iroh in the spirit world, I really loved, and the character development of both Korra and Tenzin I thought was really well done. Now the next series is supposed to deal mostly in the Earth Kingdom, which is what I'm kind of hoping will kind of what the series suffers from is that it's kind of condensed into 12 episodes or 12 or 14 episodes. So you don't really get to learn the characters. You kind of have to jump into the story pretty quickly because it's only a half-hour show, and you have so many characters to cover. While the original Avatar, I think everyone loved it and holds it in such high regard because you really got to have time for the characters to breathe more, to kind of get to know each other and kind of get, kind of grow as the show went on, as opposed to having to rush. And you also have to remember, this one deals with, it's season by season plot. It's not an overall plot of the whole series. It's overall plot of the whole season. Which with Avatar, it was overall, we have to stop the Fire Lord, and that was the overall plot of the entire series. So thus ending with fighting the Fire Lord is, common. But this one, they kind of condense it all into one season. So what I'm hoping is with the next season, maybe they'll, in season 3 and 4, since they do have them both planned, is that they'll, maybe have a set villain that they can go at for season 3 and 4, and that then maybe exploring in the Earth Kingdom will be more traveling, more time for the characters to maybe grow and get to know each other more, so they're a little more likable than sometimes they come off. But and also Boomy in the season. I'm sorry to bring, but Boomy also in the season. Aang's son with the no powers was also, I thought, one of the best additions to the cast in this season, and I'm hoping to see him again next season. Anyway, this was my first video blog, so just let me know in the comments below what I may have should have talked about, what I left out. I'm hopefully to do more of these in the future, so if you like, let me know and subscribe to me. Yeah, but overall, 7 to 10.